show that helps you, the SMEs, know the ins and outs of how you can grow your business into a successful enterprise. Catch this every Tuesday at 15 hours right here on Millennium TV with me, Karen Chinda.
Welcome back. So in case you've just joined us, this is Showbiz, and I mentioned earlier that I'll be chatting with the king of comments. He's an entrepreneur and he's a marketing professional. His name is Paul C Zambia. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you so very much for having me. Hey.
How are you? How was Lusaka July?
Lusaka July was so good. I feel like it lived up to its moment, and I was really humbled to be part of it. And when I just made a dramatic entry, I was like, yo, the king of comments.
The king of comments has arrived.
Yeah, but then, it's one of those things where people know you from the king of comments perspective, and then now you're trying to make them realize to say, guys, I'm an entrepreneur as well.
I'm in the corporate world.
In the corporate world. So it was fun, it was good, and it was good to see many people come, bringing their own energies on the set.
Yeah.
And just to meet new people, though most of the people were there, I've already met them before, but I feel like it was a complete new experience.
Yeah. But was it your first time? Was it your first appearance?
For Lusaka July? Yeah, of course.
Yes,
it was.
Good. I like the fact that you followed the theme.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you were in the theme, because I saw other people were in black, so I wasn't understanding why they were in black.
I think it's just lack of understanding and following
people did not
the platform
follow
that was addressing the, yeah.
Did you have a stylist, or you just picked it yourself?
Well, I have a friend of mine, he's an entrepreneur, and we share a lot of things in common. He goes by the name of Rema Invasion. So he stocks suits.
Oh, okay.
He's been to my rescue a couple of times. I just go there and go like, dude, I never knew there was a show.
Sure, there was this. Yeah.
There was this. I was like, pick whatever you can. He knows I always pay. Like the moment I leave, there was like, dude, here we go.
Yeah.
So it's very important to really have friends who really believe in you, and who really would actually give you, even when you do not have, because there are many, many times that you really run out and something comes up on an emergency, calendar, and then you'll be like, whoa, I didn't see this coming, and then the person comes to your aid. And I feel like it's important to surround yourself with such.
Oh, nice, nice. So, okay, away from Lusaka July, so as a social media enthusiast, I've seen that you've chosen to advocate for love. I always see the hashtag Let Love Lead. So why did you specifically choose love?
Well, let me bring you to the context of how man was created and how a woman was created, isn't it? For men, you would rather be respected in the relationship, even when there is no love, you would really be there.
Yes.
But for for the ladies, it's all about love. If you don't give them love or show them love, then they are not into the thing. So what I actually realized was where love is, there's no hurt.
Yeah, and it's true.
And what we've been trying to deal aware with is the fact that love conquers all. So for me, what I've done as a humanitarian, as well as an entrepreneur, influencer, and also a TV personality and a public figure, the reason why I've embraced that kind of a way or a tagline, why I adopted that tagline, is because where you preach love, everything else falls. And not because I'm a clergy type of a person. I'm way different. I feel like I'm more of a humanitarian and a Christian.
So how do you put this? Do you put it in a preaching manner, or where you quote verses, scriptures, or maybe it's just maybe words of encouragement, about love? How do you do it?
Well, when love is not demonstrated, it loses its meaning.
It's true.
So love requires actions. And I've done that by embracing the fact that we need to share. So what I've done is that you've seen me share cakes.
Yes.
I literally share cakes with people I literally don't know, I've never met. I don't even know the name. I just pick randomly to say, okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to close my eyes and pick the 35th comment on my timeline when I post something, asking, or maybe the 14th, and then I pick, then I ask them where they stay, and then I go. But most importantly, I've celebrated people who with special needs,
Yes.
especially the blind, the poor, and those who really can't really afford. Sometimes I visit, you know, I go in the Makombo Mwato, I go there and maybe find a grandma who has been abandoned and all. Maybe I get meal, prepare a meal together, and then I give her some starter capital for the business. But then after we have a conversation. So I usually use my deeds to win people and influence people to help others as well, knowing that because you have doesn't mean everybody has.
Wow, nice. Now, Paul, so you are a philanthropist now. So did that come after you became a public figure, or did that was that in you even before we got to know you?
Well, I think I get that. I get that from my mom and dad, because I remember when I was growing up, when I was a little kid, dad adopted quite a number of people to stay with at home.
Wow, nice.
And regardless, I was his firstborn and the only boy in the family. It never really was a matter of putting me first. I feel like the others were even being put first before me, and that's where I realized to say, truly love knows no boundaries. So I depicted from that, you know, concept of growing in that environment. Even after my dad died, I feel like it has always been in me. A week wouldn't elapse without me doing something good for somebody who needs my help. And for the Paul C Zambia to be who it is, that is the fuel to it. So it didn't come because I came on the scene. It came because that's who I am now. I just have a platform.
Nice.
Now people are just able to see it, but it has been there in the background.
Interesting, interesting. Now, looking at the cakes that you give out, do you buy them? Do you bake them yourself? Do you have a team? How did you go about it? You know, because it's like you're giving cakes every week.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? I mean,
before I pursued marketing, I was a chef.
Oh,
so
really?
I was trained as a chef.
Wow.
When I came to Lusaka, I started out as a guard, and I used the money which I was making, because I'm coming from a poor family, and I used the money I was making to do a catering course. So when I was done, I worked for Serenity Lodge, I worked for Pamozi Hotel, and then later on I quitted and pursued my dreams, marketing and journalism.
Wow.
So then from there, I still didn't really forget. You know, when you're growing up, it used to be a way, okay, fine, since I've got these skills, I used to use the same skills sometimes when I'm bored to just go and volunteer, prepare food from home. I would invite a lot of friends from church and other sources, and we would cook from my place and then visit hospices and give them food, hospitals, especially communities and community schools as well. So that puts a smile on my face using my skills and a few things that come with me to just really see me helping people. So about the cakes, I do bake.
Wow, nice.
And I would bake about 14 cakes in one night.
Okay.
Yeah, like on a serious note.
Wow,
so I do that as part-time, but then in the future, I see myself opening something big.
Please do.
Yeah, so that I could as well as sell and also celebrate people at the same time, so that we can create also employment to people and also a training ground
as well as
for
improve
people
the
who want
economy.
to learn on how to bake cakes.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So now, as a social media enthusiast, you know, as an advocate for love, I mean, we see a lot of people abusing social media, you know. We see people threatening other people. We see a lot of cyberbullying these days. So what's your take on that, and what are you doing about it as an advocate?
Well, I believe social media is a way to influence what you want to get out of the situation. For me, social media has been a way, I think a friend of mine, my former colleague, who is RIC Ronnie, could explain a lot. Where I started social media from, I think I've used social media to make money as an entrepreneur. I've also used social media to reconcile my books with a lot of you know, people, and I've used social media to get in touch with NGOs, organizations, to help out in any way I can. And I've used social media to actually create a communication from point A to point B in such a way that I'm a very friendly person, and sometimes it's just hard for you to, you know, communicate on call when you want to make. So you befriend them on social media, and you create an impact that they believe in the whole thing about you, and then you create an impression that makes everybody feel welcome. Because, you know, social media, whatever you do is your personality.
Yeah,
and this is what I've always taught people out there to say, look, companies will never come for you based on you are big. Companies will come to you because based on the personality that you portray. So if at all what you have to do is just bully other people and do things, then you're not a role model. I mean, there's literally no way you're a role model on earth. Yeah. So I feel like if you really need a future with social media, you need to really realize to say that social media has got the power to influence, to make money, and also to create a platform and an opportunity for you to work with other people who would pick you based on what you do on social media.
Exactly. So sorry, I'll take you back a little bit. I think there was a time you trended. I saw, I think, screenshots, you know, on one of the pages I will not mention. You know, and this particular lady called you out, you know. I think she commented something to do with calling you a womanizer. You know, you remember that?
I think I remember that.
Yes, calling you to be a womanizer, calling you all sorts of names, you know, you're a snake, A, B, C, D. So how did you react to that?
Well, I feel for one that, you know, when you come on the scene, don't come with the notion that everybody's going to love you.
Yes.
You'll be lying to yourself. Regardless of how many good things you do, there are people who really are dreaming of becoming who you are now, and it has been difficult. About social media nowadays, people want to use you to get fame. Instead of just coming to you and instead of coming to you and asking you, say, how did you make it? What was so different about you? They also want to find a way in your fame to do what they want to do. So basically what happens is that I don't know the person and I don't know where that came from.
But how did you feel about it, you know, when you first saw it and seeing how people were reacting to it? Were you scared? Were you surprised?
I really will be honest with you. I was sleeping and then I saw it. At first, I saw it in the comments. And then I replied to the person to say, if you have an issue with me, come in person and come in peace. We can talk about it. And then they deleted and it disappeared. I was like, okay.
Because I think I saw you update your news feed the following day. Where you talked about something to do with the deepness of someone who's actually maybe dating you, you know. The only person who knows you is somebody who's...
I remember. I
you
was
remember
like,
that.
For you to date me, you actually have to get to know me deeper.
Yes.
Because you know what actually happens that it's not everything that comes on the social media and blows off and takes center stage that is happening in your life. When you are famous or when you make it on the limelight. So I really wasn't offended by what the person did, but then thing is, if I thought it was real, why didn't they go on to prove it? And if I thought they needed to prove it, to whom do I owe an explanation if I have a girlfriend?
Yes, exactly.
And what is womanizing? I don't even know. Define womanizing. I don't know how many girls make you a womanizer. I don't know. So those are certain things which come at me and they come new. And these are some of the things in my life on the limelight that are very new to me. And I'm glad that I'm a very down-to-earth person, because do you know I can sue that person?
Yes.
I can sue that person and I can take them to court. And trust me, my greatest condolences to them are that they don't even have the money to pay me. And that is what is going to hurt you on the ground. If you follow them, get them to where, you know, it's really hot, they don't even have money. You find the person is even coming from one of our hoods. You know, we are just like brothers and sisters. And, so I live quite a private life. And I don't really think that person even knows about me. My life is very private. I choose what I show to the public. So I only show what I can show, but there's like the me in the background. That is really the humble person. And you know, if someone picking up a fight with me should really be stronger, because
you know, I was really worried for you, because I was like, if this is really true, I mean, if he has endorsements, probably the people are going, you know, companies will start pulling out, you know. So
it does create impacts on a personality. But then companies are not down. They audit all these things.
That's
what
true.
Is all this trending about it, and how do we intermarry with your brand? So people always come, and you know, I've trended on a few
negative issues.
And then I've seen
Talking
also
of negative issues,
yeah.
Paul, I think there was a time you wished Kiddies a happy birthday.
Yeah.
I think it created a lot of drama on social media. You wish her a happy birthday, you delete the post afterwards, then you repost it later.
Uh-huh.
So what was going on there?
Okay, you know about social media, I think I was bored. And that was the time I was going to Chamam Sonda's funeral.
Oh yes, yes.
So then what happens was I just saw a post come about like it was her birthday, and then I was like, okay, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
but Paul, if it wasn't a bad idea, why did you go ahead?
I preach love, and I preach peace, and I also preach togetherness.
Yeah.
So when I posted, if you checked in all the comments, what happened was 50% of the people were for the idea, 50% of the people were
We're
throwing
not
shades.
for the idea, yes.
And now, listen to the most worst part about it, is that I'm friends with Yomaps. Because even when we were starting music, coming on the scene, I was the promoter. And I was the person who was the anchor for the promotion. So he's like my buddy. Talk about Mwizukanji. Mwizukanji is like my full-time friend who I've coached in business, and she's now there, you know, like just a pillar of strength. And I've been there
Talking
regardless
about
of
Mwizukanji,
all the times.
How long have you known her?
Quite enough. It's been years. I think even before Yomaps.
Okay.
Yeah, even before Yomaps.
Even before your maps.
Even before Yomaps
Wow.
dated with Mwizukanji.
Wow,
I
so-
was friends.
Because there are so many misconceptions on social media that people think maybe these two are an item and they're just maybe hiding it. So.
But do you think if we were, we would still tell the public about it?
Well, people have eyes,
We would only
know.
tell them when we are okay about telling them.
But obviously, people would spot you. You know these people. People know things. People get to see things most of the time. Okay, so what you're saying is you guys are not an item, but you're just best of friends.
Actually, if I say that we, let me just say we're friends.
Okay. For now.
Yeah, let me just say we're friends. It's better starting on that.
Okay, and away from
You know, when you just say when you put a certain barrier to things, and you're saying we can't really become, or maybe what, so sometimes you leave certain things open.
Yes, yes.
Life is still going on and on.
Okay, so for now.
For
you
now,
guys are
let's
just
call
friends.
it friends.
Guys are just friends.
Oh, yeah.
For now. Okay, so are you dating?
Well, I'm not married.
You're not married, but obviously, are you okay? Are you saying no? Just for the sake of the single ladies out there,
The fact that I'm not married,
meaning you're free to mingle.
well, I wouldn't really say that I'm free to mingle. I would really say that I'm a person who is very busy and who also understands that my limelight doesn't sit well with most of the ladies out there. So what I'm actually trying to arrive at, I'm not married, so I don't know what tomorrow comes in. So it's a 50-50 kind of a balance.
Okay.
I'm, per se, for a joke sake, let's say that I'm dating. I'm still not married.
Okay. No, yeah, I agree. Okay. Before I let you go, I just want to play this game with you. So I'll give you 3 names.
Okay.
Now, let me say 4.
Okay.
So you're on an island. And on that island, there's only one person that you can save. So there's Mwizukanji, there's your mother there, there's baby Bukata there. There's baby Bukata there. Who else is close to you? I want someone very, very dear to you. Okay, let's just have
now
these
I
3.
know why you asked me about my girlfriend, is it?
We just have these 3 here. So there's Bukata, there's your mother, and there's Mwizukanji here. Whom are you saving on that island?
Well, that option is really crazy. I mean, as a person who preaches love,
you only have to save one.
That choice would really be very horrific. I think I would die with them wishing I would fly. I would fly all of them out of the island. I would definitely die making choices.
You would die
trying
for
to
them?
make the right choices because Bukata is here for me. Mwizu is here for me.
And your
Mom
mother
is here for me.
Yeah.
These are people I can go to
50-50.
greater lengths
Yeah.
and go to war.
Can take a bullet for them.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so any last words to maybe people that look up to you, people that are watching us right now, or young people that want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, usually though I preach much about love, I preach hugely about entrepreneurship. And I believe that each and every youth, where we're coming from. in the previous government, entrepreneurship was really not very much supported. And it's a reason why, as an influencer, I long preached for something new and something different, because when you look at entrepreneurship, you look at the youths and you project to what business really means.
Yes.
And now you go to the growth of the country at large, you're going to find that most of the job creations are in the government.
True.
And most of the job creations that are in the government are really just for people in the government. And these people in the government, once employed, they don't have an independent mindset. They need to think as the government says, as the government does things and everything. The reason why
they tend to stay longer in those seats.
They stay longer into those seats. And now let's look at, if you have to be in the government, you have to be a teacher, a nurse, and other things. But then, let's also, now is the time where we need to look at the other way around. Because look at it now, there's a creation of a different department, a ministry that will really take care of small businesses. And that's where most of us fall. So what I'm actually trying to say to my fans out there is, yes, we have a social media aspect of us having fun, you know, and the comments here and there and all, but do realize that sometimes I do free coaching for entrepreneurs out there. And like I said, I want to start giving courses for people who want to learn about baking cakes. So for me, I feel like I want to start doing this for free at my free time, because I want to give back to the community in such a way. I have about close to 9 years of experience in marketing, and there is no puzzle I fail to fix in marketing. And a business is, the best of the business is sales. And that's where I come in. I do business development, I do a lot of things, but most of the youths out there are able to start a business, but they don't know how to sell it. So those are the things. So let's interact also on a business perspective. And let's see, it's either you get into my inbox, you ask me how I can help you grow your business, rather than call me a womanizer. I mean, you benefit nothing. If I want, I can even go live and blush it off. Whether it was true or not, it won't put food on my table, so is yours.
It's none of your business.
Exactly. So it's in those lines that most of the Zambian youth miss it. We can have fun, yes, we can laugh, we can do literally everything. But come to my, come to my right side of the story, you're going to benefit. I'm a very open person, and I would love to wish all entrepreneurs the best, because for now we are not competing with cadres. For now we are competing as a nation and as a youth.
Yes, all right. So where can people find you? For those that are seeing you for the first time.
Well, I think it's not.
And we are found on every page. Just the king of comments. Guys, he's found on every comment, every blog, every.
But I'm opening my new office at near Lima Tower, where I'm getting into the laundry business. Okay. And I'm opening a laundry company. So basically, we can as well
be bringing on clothes.
Sure.
Nice. All right, Paul, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so very much for having me.
You're welcome.
Though I feel like you haven't exhausted much of the questions.
Don't worry, we'll have a part 2, we'll have a part 3, up to part 10.
That's for sure.
This is just a fraction of it.
That's for sure.
All right, so that was Paul C Zambia, and I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things. Guys, he's an entrepreneur, so make sure you follow in his footsteps, try as many things as you can, follow his pages, and just stay glued to everything that he has in store for us. He's just told us that he'll be opening a laundry business very soon. So who knows, you might, in case you're looking for employment, this is the right guy. I mean, you can inbox me too. I can hook you up with a job. So thank you so much. And as I sign out, I'm leaving you with a song by J-Max titled Ichilaka. From me, Moses, and the entire crew, it's Hola.
Nexus Music. Nabole mbola nabole lupa la takwali. Mix one Spaceship Music. You want sansa pantu shide fonali. Apanda kwanisho kupanga kwa kabwali. Shida fimo finefo na temo kudia efonja. Nabole mbona nabole lupa la takwali. Leza wanji pali lako futi nkachilapa. Ndimusoja nalishiba nkachilapa. Nganalosha kuruma ndeshiba tinkachilapa. Shufana kunenuka chia chile ishila kofe chilaka. Ichilaka. Ichilaka, 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 shia chile, ichilaka, ichilaka. Ichilaka, 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 ichilaka. Ichilaka, 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 shia chile, ichilaka, ichilaka. Wansulila kankabila ngana bonande mashakwa tobo mblema ngepwilo mutima nkabila katumta futhi nkapema nishiyema balipata patushi pampa mina patushi bakonka file fo babakonka babonka lekankabula shombombela bakufola jitanta mina sensima ugade kisto makobola batina ngakashishi kakobona namoneka bwino amoneka kufimba njebele helo heta ndakubona watishafumine kumalabo nabwela nashumba nobongo hata nabo apano mwatutelela mamo efyo napita moyo don't wanna know ndiuwansansa pandushide fonali apanda kwanisho kupanga pwakabwali shida fimo finefo natemo kulya efonja nabole mbona nabole lopaja takwali esawandipali lako futi nkachilapa ndimusoja nalishiba nkachilapa nganalosha kuluma ndeshibati nkachilapa shufana kunenuka chiya chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka
Kwatna feli lwepa filimba Konf mixale tutendimba Ichilaka Paka na ifwat kenshe kwa chilaka Thank Lord podcast by Medit Ukafanya de chillinga na ma babies Inepozet shaka tineni lampo de kanti Fito lokale bafiamba Ifya kupalwa na lesa tafi pwa Twali bonse bambi bali pwa Nga shimbile ndomfwe chilaka Inepotali kuchilaka Na bagina li papango mula shani Na bapalwa nyo inenkonga mission Asepi wane fshili kiti pamba Fule bona fkapate tutelele wapumwa
wansansa pandushide fonali apanda kwanisho kupanga pwakabwali shida fimo finefo natemo kulya efonja nabole mbona nabole lopaja takwali esawandipali lako futi nkachilapa ndimusoja nalishiba nkachilapa nganalosha kuluma ndeshibati nkachilapa shufana kunenuka chiya chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka kebele pondo fokulwa la filia like I told ya twakonko kulyanga nde chuchuti kabalanse kela kanambo kuchita wino balambo kufulwa batila ngoliwa mayate kuchuchindami batina jiwo kufaya jambo kumbote ndube chebele shifwe kwate kumbupalifwe kubandelela banoto kompibile libe imboneka ko mutuntulu balanale yamba baletife umungulu imboneka ko wamano mutuntulu notuma accounts tuntulu that's why you want sansa bandushide fonali apanda kwanisho kupanga pwakabwali shida fimo finefo natemo kulya efonja nabole mbona nabole lopaja takwali esawandipali lako futi nkachilapa ndimusoja nalishiba nkachilapa nganalosha kuluma ndeshibati nkachilapa shufana kunenuka chiya chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka ichilaka 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 shia chile ishilako fe chilaka Jauda boutique baboda Joe Bulongo Spaceship music Ela malume Abudu Panza Biggie Mani Bashipo Mr. Fenon King Dikuji Simpega Tycoon Senemani Kula la Pachamish Zebola Swagga Dropi Swagga Chiwempala One Blood